Good morning, fellas. Just got done making this deer antler bowl. This is my third deer antler bowl. The very first one I did was, had all kinds of bubbles in it, and it sort of looked like it had a fog, and believe it or not, it's my most popular video of all my videos. This turned out really nice. It's a walnut and deer antler. And if you'll hang around, it's a pretty elaborate video, lots of steps to get here. But I'm going to show them to you. Some of them are going to be abbreviated because, you just can't show everything. I try to keep my videos somewhere around the 30-minute time. I found through experience from my own preferences that when I go cruising YouTube looking at videos, I see one's 45, 50 minutes long. I generally skip it. I just don't want to be tied up looking at something that long, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, so I try to keep them reasonable. This turned out real well. Yeah, the hardest part when you decide to build a bowl like this is trying to figure out exactly what you want to do. Here's all the antlers that I've collected over the years. I had tons more, but these are the ones that I sort of hung on to. And I've got, a series of different plastic bowls, so I've got some decisions to make as to, how I want to make this. At this juncture, I have no idea. I got a couple of big pieces. I guess those are elk or something. I don't even know where I got them years ago. Here's I guess you call that a crotch. I even got my old rattler horn antlers here. Horns. Cars and cows have horns, guys. Deer have antlers. And this is what I used to use when I deer hunted a lot, which I still do. But I never ever had success with this. I never ever caught a deer up. And I tried and tried and tried. So they're in the pile. All right, here's the plan. I had this left over from I cut it off a bowl I did a long time ago, and then sort of saving it, so I'm going to use it on this bowl. And the plan is I'm going to use this particular plastic bowl as my mold, and then I'll cut a plug inside. But I'm going to stand them up, and I'll use a hot glue gun. Put a little dab on the bottom, a little dab on the top, so they'll stand up. And I'll cut me a plug, and I'll have a walnut bottom and a walnut lip, and I'm going to cut the walnut lip for this to sit inside it. This is butt pieces of deer antlers. I think that'll look quite neat. So that's the plan right now. Yeah, all the pieces are in now. So next step is go out and find a piece of wood and make a plug for it. You guys are probably beginning to think I like things that are out of balance. Well, yeah, that ain't the case. It just happens that way sometimes. And, of course, I give you three guesses what I'm going to use for that. Is I'm going to put a glob of hot glue right there, set it down so it don't leak around that hole. So, I got all that ready. So, all right, into the pressure pot we go. Still stuck. And if I've ever learned anything about epoxy, it is two things mainly. It does not like two things. It does not like slow, and it does not like scraping. So I'm going to start this rascal off at about 2,000 RPM. And I'm going to try, just to get it round now, I'm going to try a little bit of scraping just to get it round, and then I'm going to transition to a shear cut. And for that, I'll either use a square cutter with a radius, or I'll transition to a skew. See what we got here. Looks like it's trying to pop around that one antler a little bit. Doing good there. You see there's no popping out. A little bit right there, but I think that'll straighten up in a minute. So this seems like it's doing pretty good. So there you go, there's a little popping. See it right there? That's what I'm talking about, right there. That's what a scrape will do for you. And that may be because there was something there that popped out. So let me continue this. All right, we're getting closer. All right, those are gone. Let's see. Yeah, that's looking pretty good, guys. A little bit of, tool marks and stuff, but I get rid of them. You can tell when you're hitting the bone, it has a different texture. I wanted to clean that off a little bit. Let's see what we got here. So we got a little shine right there, so we got to go a little bit more. Not much. Come in here a little bit more. I'm going to hollow all this out. So really all I need to do is this. Those tool marks. What it is, because this is harder than that, it's making it, do a little bit of that. So I'm going to come in here with this, sort of about like this, and see if I can't get a little smoother finish. If I can't, I'll go back to this. May end up getting a skew. We'll see. Oh, much better. Yeah, I guess it's making lighter of me. I guess what I'm saying is it doesn't like scraping at a slow speed. Now I'm turning this at 2,500 Rs, so it's turning out pretty smooth. Still got a few right in here I got to work on. Let me do that. That stuff stinks, man. I still got some in there. I got to figure out something to do a little bit better than that. Still a little shiny right there. $25. If ever tells you bone don't stink, you tell them come here. All right, a few little marks here, but I think it's pretty smooth. a little bit of a shine right there, but that's okay. I can live with that. It'll probably come taper down right here anyway. Let's see if I can do that. Alright, I'm going to come in here about 2.5 inches, and then we will hollow. Try not to hit the tripod. That's about right. All right, come on out. There you go. All right, I got it all set up and I'm starting ready to hollow it out. I'm going to use my least favorite tool, a beaver. Just kidding. Now the next thing is, this is going to be epoxy on it right there. And that's going to be my bottom. Okay, when that sits up, I'm going to come in here, you know, of course I'll dress it up, I'm going to put a tenon on it, and flip it around, and hollow out the other side, and this is going over here. Something like that. That's the plan, man. So, let me go get things set up here with a little bit of 2-ton epoxy. And I like to use the better epoxy for this because it's when I get the tenon on it and I'm turning it from the other side, it's a lot of stress on it. So let's do that. A couple things I want to talk about when it comes to epoxy first, I think are important. Number one, epoxy does not like slick surfaces. So it's imperative that any two surfaces you put together, especially if they're dissimilar surfaces, both of them be roughed up. I use something like this, you know, I don't even know what it is, probably 80 grit or something like that. And I rough up both surfaces. Now the other thing I do whenever I'm going to put something together that's going to be highly stressed, such as this bottom will be highly stressed because I'm going to put a tenon on it and I'm going to hollow from the other end. I use this right here. It's 2-ton epoxy. It's the same epoxy I used to use to put knife handles on. It has a 2,500 psi strength. It probably is about the strongest non-commercial epoxy you can buy. I always keep them in the refrigerator. When I get ready to use them, I bring them out and I put them in a pan of hot water for about 10 minutes, and that loosens them up. So that keeps it. Another thing I do is I try not to make too much. I like to use the bottom of a Coke can. They make a perfect little vessel for mixing epoxy. It's sort of easy to get the two sides together. You know, like 50% here, 50% of that. So that's fairly easy to do when you do something like that, because you can put it on one side and then the other, and you can sort of see. All right, so let me do this and mix it all together. Then I'll move the camera over to the bottom of the bowl. All right, I got it mixed up, and I'm about ready to applicate it. Now, it does not take gobs and gobs, but it does take a thin coat on both sides of your surface. I say both sides, and I'm not really sure that that's really that necessary, but I always do it that way. We're pretty safe to go here. All right. And it's the next morning again. This project takes about 3 or 4 days, and it doesn't take that much time doing the turning, but you got to wait between every glue up. You know, maybe you don't have to wait as long as I do, but I feel better about it. For instance, you know, glued this up yesterday. Well, today I'm going to glue up, you know, this top part after I flip it around and hollow it out. And, you know, that'll be a day, a half a day, and then after that's done, I'm going to take, see, this is on here, and then I'm going to groove this out for this to fit in it, and that's another glue up. About 2100. Pretty good, guys. Let's make a tenon. I'm using the big jaws again. I like them best. Come in here. This is a perfect angle right here. I'll come in here like this. Make sure the bottom's clean. Very gently. Should be just about perfect. There you go. Good fit. Good fit. Let's tighten it up just to check it out for sure. What I'm looking for is how much of a gap I have right here. I think that's probably acceptable. Could be a little smaller, but I believe that's acceptable. And if you look at how the dovetail's sitting in, it's just almost perfect. So, you'd think I'd done this before, wouldn't you? Okay. So I'm going to start off with I'm going to come in here and, you know, cut her down. It'll be a good test of my tenon anyway. I'm going to whirl it up pretty fast. The only problem when you whirl it up pretty fast, like this, if it does come off, it's going to go a ways. So That can be hazardous to your health there. So, with this in it, if it slips, I don't think it'll come off. I think it'll just spin in it. So, let's see what happens. They always wobble, don't they? Don't care what you do. Phew-wee. Oh, I'm telling you, bone and resin does not make for a good smell. We're going to go too awful fast, about 1400. There you go. One thing beautiful about gluing a bottom on is you got a nice smooth bottom to start with. You guys remember at the beginning of the video I was complaining about it being 33 degrees? Yesterday afternoon it was 86. It just tells you how it is here in Arkansas. Okay, I guess I need to turn this thing on. It's all glued up and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to move the camera over here a little bit so you can get a better seeing of what I'm doing. Ooh, a lot of end grain there. Well, I just got back down South Arkansas and they're checking some things out. Been gone a couple days. Thought I'd give this sealer a chance to set up, right? Right. Yeah, I'm not going to be out here very long today. I'm going to hit it with a little sandpaper, maybe put another coat of sealer on it, and tackle it some more tomorrow. That'll be Monday. This is just steel wool now. I'll show you what I'm doing already. I didn't have a camera on when I steel wooled this thing, but what I did is I just took some double-aught steel wool and just turned it until it, was pretty shiny. And now I'm going to take some of this feeding wax, wood polish and conditioner. It's beeswax and orange oil. And I'm going to lay a little polish on it here. Right there. And we're going to turn it and polish it a little bit more. Basically what I do is just smear all this all over it. And I'll do a high-speed polish here. You got to turn this until you sort of feel the heat. Now this is nothing but sealer under it. No lacquer, no oils, no nothing. Just a mint wax sealer. All right, I got it off the tenon. I found me a piece of old junk wood, put it back in the chuck. And what I do is I take some of this old kitchen material, put it in here, put your live center on it, and make sure that you've left that in there. Bring it to the point right here, and bring it up like that. Right, like so. Tighten her up pretty good. Tighten that down. See what we got now. Huh. That's the best I've ever had one of them. So I'm going to get a tool rest and I'm going to come in here and cut this out until I leave a nubbin, and we'll cut that off. Right here causing me to bounce. Right there. All right, I got it in there and it's cutting up a storm. All right, it's all lasered up. I'm going to put a little sealer on the bottom, and I'll come back about an hour or so, put another coat, put about 3 or 4, and then I'll buff that out, and we'll be done. Yeah, here's your end product. I think it turned out extremely nice. A little more toward the center. Has one little flaw. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a little crack across the resin right there. I have no idea how that occurred. I'm sure when I was turning it from inside, there might have been something there. I think it really turned out pretty. It's extremely nice and smooth and glossy. It has nothing but the sealer and a little wax. And I did the buffing on the lathe. I didn't use the buffing system, both inside and out. It has really got some nice antler figure in it, right here. And the blue pearl showed up really, really well. See all this in here? That's nice. There's that place I was telling you about. And this got 3 layers of 1-inch walnut here and 2 on the bottom. And finished off the bottom and was able to laser it. It says walnut/antler, April 2018. The inside is just as nice. You can see it in there. So there you are, my friends. Another one down. So I want to thank you for viewing. I want to ask you to give me a like, and if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so, and tell your friends. like I say, call your mama. And whatever you do, keep them whirling, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.